How's the lighting? Is this good? I feel like you can hear the cars. Don't love that. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support on my first video. Man, I was not expecting to get the response that I did. So many nice messages and comments. Just knowing that so many people could relate to it really makes it all worth it. So thank you to anybody who showed your support on that video and who's following along this journey. You guys are the best and I appreciate you. Okay guys, let's jump into this first update. I'm gonna do a 1 month update here. I wanted to get a couple of weeks under my belt before I put this out there. I wanted to make sure I was actually gonna follow through with it. So I'm a little bit behind, but hoping to catch up with this video and then do pretty frequent updates after that. So it is mid-July now, and I started this process in the beginning of June 1st at 193 pounds. And at the end, I will insert the pictures and results of how things went. So stay tuned for that. June was a really good test month for me to try out some new strategies and see how they would work for me. In the past, the things I did were so restrictive that it was just difficult to keep up with in the long run. Good morning guys. It is Sunday, October 20th. Today is day 1 of the start of my journey. Today is day 1 of my program. I was supposed to start yesterday. Hey guys, it's Monday morning, December 9th. Today I am starting my journey, we'll call it. So here we are, it is January 2020. I am going on a weight loss journey. So I set 3 goals for myself in June, and I wanted to keep the goals simple, easy to follow, just to see if I could kind of build up that discipline again and build up the accountability. I got myself an Apple Watch. I really just wanted something to track my activity every day, and being able to track how many calories I burned has been super helpful. My goal is at 700 calories, which is pretty doable. Every morning I get up and do my spin bike for 30 minutes before I log into work. I really love doing my spin bike in the morning. It sets my mind right for the day. Really just like feels good to check that off the list first thing, and just like putting on some good music and get those endorphins flowing feels awesome. Also for my activity, during my lunch break, I would do a 30 to 40 minute workout, strength training 3 to 4 times a week. The gyms have been closed due to COVID. So all of this has been mostly at home, and I don't have any crazy equipment or anything. I've got 2 10-pound dumbbells. I've got some resistance bands, like an ab wheel, a yoga mat, some like ankle weights and things like that. I've just been doing a lot of body weight stuff. My goal is to not lose any muscle. So even if I'm not in the gym able to build muscle, I don't want to lose any of that, because the more muscle you have in your body, the more calories you're gonna burn and the more you can eat. It's all good stuff. My goal for June was to hit that for 90% of the days, and I did that. That was just like so eye-opening, because I used to just have this mindset that in order to lose weight, burn more calories, I'd have to just spend more hours in the gym. But having this watch has showed me you can really burn extra calories just from simple things. Like a day where I would like do my laundry, I'd burn like 100, 200 extra calories just from walking back and forth to put my laundry in and folding it. If I took a walk, it would add extra to that. Every little movement really adds up. So it's helping me be able to focus more on doing the activity that I enjoy and not making it feel like so much pressure. And it just helps to have that flexibility of, you know, switching it up to do what you feel like doing. There are days when you have to really just step in and apply that discipline. Like, that's not to say the days I don't feel like doing it, I just say, well, I'm not doing it. I still have to hit that move goal at the end of the day, but just being creative about what I can do to hit that has really helped shift that mindset and make the process more enjoyable. On the nutrition side of things, this is like the biggest challenge for me, the nutrition. My approach this time was a lot different. I actually kept my calories really high. I did my first goal body weight times 12. 170 times 12, that is 2,040 calories. Now, that is super high from what I'm used to doing on a diet. Like, I would normally cut my calories to 1,200, 1,500, super low, because that's what I thought I needed to do. But it just seemed like it would be something sustainable for me to not drop my calories really low. And I kind of just accepted, like, Mel, this could take you a year or 2 years to lose the weight you want to lose, but it's worth it if that means that you're gonna sustain this for the rest of your life. So that's something that I've really had to come to terms with, because I'm used to losing 2, 3, 4 pounds a week and having that quick drop, especially at the beginning, losing 5 or more pounds in 1 week. I'm used to seeing the results right away, doing programs where, you know, I'm not enjoying the meals I'm eating and I do feel like I'm restricting. All of that stuff that I've done in the past, I think, created just really bad habits with food. I would restrict so much and then I would binge. I would barely make it through a couple of days and then I would feel ravenous and be craving all of this junk food because I was just eating so restrictive. I did try to eat healthy. I tried to make good choices as much as I could, but I wasn't gonna limit myself and restrict myself and say, like, you have to eat these specific meals. I really just wanted to hit that calorie limit for that first month consistently and kind of see where it would get me. There was a day when we went and hung out with some friends and I had this plan of how I was gonna stay on track and not drink, and you have one drink and all that goes out the window, right? But I ended up just letting myself enjoy myself that day, and on the way home we ended up getting Carl's Jr., so really blew my calorie limit out of the water there. But one really cool thing that I'm proud of that I did the following day, which was huge growth for me, was got right back on track with my plan. And that is the most important thing that I can stress, that is going to help you learn positive habits and healthy habits. So in the past, if I overate, if I had a burger, anything that I considered bad, I would restrict myself the following day. So I would, wake up and say, I'm not gonna eat till 6 p.m. or I'm just not gonna eat all day. And I'd also try to work out extra. I'd do hours of cardio, trying to offset it. Just stuff that isn't healthy in the long run for your body. And I would never end up sticking to it. I would try to go all morning without eating. My God. What are people doing out there? Okay, and I would never end up sticking to it. I would always give in and end up eating, and usually I would just end up binging again because I was depriving myself all morning. So that never worked. This time around, I got up the next day and I just got right back on track. Ate my normal breakfast, did my normal workout, and continued on. And that was it. It was just such a mind shift for me because I'm just so used to like those old habits of trying to offset it, and it felt really good to not have that pressure on myself the next day. It was such a good learning experience as part of this whole process and the changes that I'm trying to make. And I did have 2 other days where the same thing happened, and those thoughts did go through my head like, oh, I'm gonna restrict tomorrow morning when I wake up, or I'm gonna skip breakfast or eat less. And I just had to stop and remind myself to just get back on track, take it slow. One day of overeating is not gonna change the next 10 years. I'm not gonna gain all the weight back in one night. It's about consistency. So if I'm consistently making better choices and eating healthier and staying under my calorie goal and getting more activity, years from now, that's gonna add up to a lot of progress. The 1 or 2 days here and there that you fall off track isn't really gonna mean much in the grand scheme of things. So that's what I gotta keep in mind through this process. There's no, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds by August, or I'm gonna be this weight by the end of the year. All that's out the window. I'm just trying to build healthy habits that I'm gonna maintain for the rest of my life. So every single thing I'm doing, I ask myself, is this something I could see myself keeping up with for the rest of my life? Because that's the reality. You can't just stop doing this stuff because then you're just gonna go back to where you were. Having so much room with my calories has really helped me feel like I don't need to binge eat anymore because I'm not restricting myself from those foods. So normally I would be on a diet, cut out all the junk food, all the snacks, maybe have a meal once a week, and that only just perpetuated those habits where I became obsessed with that cheat meal every week and like was dying for it. Now, if I'm craving something, if it fits into my calories, I can have it and I'm still achieving my goals. And there are days now when I'm like craving something and I'm like, well, if I don't have that, I'll be a little bit further tomorrow and I'll just decide not to. And it's like relieved a lot of that pressure that I used to feel. It's definitely been an adjustment. The progress has been slow, but I think The progress that I'm making mentally is huge, and that's what I'm going for here. The last thing that I worked on for June was the mental piece. Obviously, that's a huge piece of this process for me. I have the Daily Calm app, which I really love. I've had it for a couple years now. I have like the lifetime pass for it. I use the Daily Calm to do a daily meditation. It's just a 10-minute thing every single day, and it's been helping to make me more aware of my thoughts. I've really been trying to challenge myself to step out of my comfort zone. I went to Catalina Island this past weekend and wore a bathing suit, went snorkeling. I would, in the past, bail on something like that or make an excuse to get out of it because I didn't want to be in my bathing suit, but that's part of this process too, like owning and accepting the body I'm in. I need to be grateful for this body. It's healthy, it's strong. Maybe it's not where I want to be, but I'm really focusing on trying to love this body. It's a challenge every day. One wrong look from somebody, if you're wearing shorts, or one comment on a photo, one wrong glance in the mirror as you're passing by can trigger those thoughts. But I've been doing affirmations in the mirror in the morning. I think if I continue to speak the positivity out into the universe, my brain's gonna hear that and start taking it in and believing it. So that's all part of the changes that I'm making too, and I'm really happy with the progress.